Hey guys, what's going on? It's Pat, and I got an FL Studio tutorial for you today, and we're going to be working in the genre of dubstep, so we're going to go ahead and change the tempo up to 140 BPM. You can stick in the range of about 135 to about 145, but typically a tempo of 140 is used for dubstep. Now I'm going to go ahead and add a synth, and we're going to be working on the basic intro for a dubstep song, and we're going to do a bass line and some keys, and we're just going to pretty much wing it with the drums. I'll do everything as I go. So I'm just going to add some FL keys here, and that's basically a plugin that comes with FL Studio, and basically it's a basic piano. You can change octaves and stuff with it, but I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to work in the key of C here, which means I'm going to start on C. And basically you can go up or down um, in the keys, but there's a specific order, and I'm going to show you a trick. So we're going to go ahead and add a note, and we're just going to put it right on C5. And that's basically your C major. I'm not exactly sure what to call that right now, but basically it's your main C that you're going to use on your piano. You're going to drag this all the way out to 8 bars. And there's a reason you're doing that. This isn't going to be for your actual song, so don't worry. And now, on each, I'll show you here. On each, in a key, you can go up or down, but you can't go into these. So, the way it works is, you go up, see, it marks off what would be in key here. So, 1, 2, this one, 1, and now C6 is actually it's white. It is showing here that it is actually correct, but it's going up an octave. So from C5, which is your beginning octave, it's actually another octave up, which is why it's called C6. Gonna go ahead and just keep doing this pattern all the way up to about C8. So from C5 to C8. Now we're going to go ahead and go back into this. So click the ABC. This is the piano. If you click so that it ticks to ABC, it shows you the notes. You click to this, it'll just go to the piano. I'm going to go ahead and copy all of this. And now we're going to do the same thing, except we're going to take this and we're going to paste it and we're going to bring it down. So now, if we go into the AB, and we scroll in here, you'll notice that every key here, every note is on a white or a gray, like a light gray, depending on if it's a new octave. And the reason we're doing this is so that we can clone this. So once it clones, I'll explain more. And now, we're going to untick this green one. In this piano roll here, we're going to hold Alt and hit V. And now that's going to enable ghost notes. So now in this piano roll, you can see that we have guidelines for what we can and can't use within the key of C. And that's going to keep our song relatively, it's actually going to keep it relatively nice. So it can stay in key this way easily. And I actually didn't stretch this all the way out to 8 bars. You do want to do that. I can go back and fix that now, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just not going to. Because it's just, you know what, I will. For the sake of this tutorial, I will do it. So now we're just going to say you don't have that. You just select this all, grab it, and we're going to drag it out. Now, not all of them are perfectly in line, so that's why that's fine. That's good. Okay, so now we're going to start off on C. And this is for your chords. Not your chords, I'm sorry. This is for your bass line. And so your bass line, you're going to want either full measure or you can do half measures or anything, but you want to keep consistent, especially in dubstep. Dubstep's supposed to sound very specific, so it's like on beat. that's why 140 is everything in FL. You can make everything exact to the beat. So that's why you want to keep everything in the same pretty much order until you get to later parts. And there's some exceptions to this. There's actually a lot of exceptions, but I'm just going to go ahead and go down. So I'm going to click this pencil tool here, and I'm going to go down. And let me give a listen to this in a second. Alright, this A4 sounds a little bit unresolved, so let me drag that down and see what that sounds like here. That sounds good. Okay, so now we have our basic bass line, and so we can just repeat that for the second 8 bars. So boom, 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 boom. And let me just fix these real quick. Alright, so now that we have our bass line, we're gonna go ahead and add our melody. So to do this, I'm just gonna start on let's see how this sounds. I do like F with C. F and C sound really nice together. And what I'm going to do is these 3 notes here, F6, D6, and E6, they make a chord. And the chord that they make, I'm pretty sure is G. So, and I'm actually going to see how this sounds here. I'm gonna put it down to this. See how this sounds. Alright, going back up. And you can do this in any order that you want, as long as it stays within the chord. Okay, so now we're going to move on. So like I said, you're going to keep it in the chord, and then I'll show you how we can pretty much mess with it later. But I'm going to go ahead and add my own little patterns here. You don't have to keep it the same every time, but you do want to try to like keep like an almost the same rhythm. So like keep it going the same way almost. But like just see how this is F6 to E6. I had an F6 to E6 there too. So and now you just keep going. keys, and we're gonna throw them out of this chord. And we're gonna do that so that it changes up a bit. So I'm just gonna take this D, move it down, take this F, move it up, take this, and we're gonna see how this sounds. And the reason that we can do that is because this is all in the same key. Now if I brought this C6 into this dark gray area, you're going to see that it sounds very out of key. See how it's out of key there? So you want to keep everything that you change in key. And that is the key. Okay. So now that we have our basic little melody here, we're going to go ahead and add it to our playlist here, and we can actually just get rid of this now. So we can Control A, delete, and now we got this. So now we're going to add some drums. And I actually have some vocals that I'm going to add here too. So I have a C in here somewhere. Hold on, let me look. I have a couple of C vocals, and since I did it in the key of C, vocals in the key of C would actually be best. So I have this, and I have another one in the key of C that's an O. And now I'm going to add these in a strategic pattern to build up a specific build-up that I want. So I'm going to add another one of these. Now I'm going to go and add that there, add that there. You probably won't have these vocals, so I'm just adding them for some effect. Where's the ooh? Ooh. Now I'm going to drag these one more. Now finally, so let's hear what we got. Those vocals aren't actually mixing. That just has to do with my melody here, and I'm actually doing, as you can see, I'm actually doing half or quarter notes. So there's 4 in here instead of half notes. So if say I was doing half notes, it would actually sound a lot better with the vocals, because that's just the way that she sang the song. Now, well, it's not actually song. She's just basic. She's just singing pretty much a note. So now I'm gonna go ahead and make my drums. So I'm gonna use the ones that come in FL. And with dubstep, you got your kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, kick, snare, and then you got pretty much some rides in there that keep it going. So I'm just gonna add my basic kick and snare. So we got. Sorry, I'm gonna do that on a different pattern. That's my bad. And now we need some fillers. So we're gonna go. We're gonna add our hats here. I'm just gonna add a couple, and this is all up to you. You can change anything that you want. And I'm gonna go ahead and add this every 4. And on this 4th one here, let me zoom in a little bit so I don't get these all out of place here. On this 4th one here, we're gonna go ahead and make it original or make unique. Go back into the step sequencer. It's gonna be the same pattern here, except now I'm gonna add a couple more things. So this is what we got. And we're not actually going to do that until we're going to introduce it with the sweep. So I'm going to go ahead and take this tool here, drag these out, Control C, V, drag them to here, and again, and finally, the last time. And now, we're gonna go look.
Oh yeah.
Alright, that was a bit awkward. We're gonna look for something. Actually, you know what? We'll make one. So let's look for a snare. Or like a long snare. Let's see here. You know what I'll do? I'll look. Sorry for this. Drums. Dance. Sure. Alright, let's take this. Now we'll go ahead and reverse it. Grab that here. And put it right there. So now we got. And obviously this is a very simple melody. At the end of this tutorial I'll open up a melody that I made prior to this, and same basic thing that I did, except it's a little bit more time on it. Now I'll go ahead and now that we have our drums, we're going to add another kick. So we're going to add another pattern here. Change this to all. Now we're going to do a kick every 4 steps. And we're going to go ahead and add that right here. And we're actually going to drag a couple. Okay, and then we're going to start the build up. So we're going to do another pattern, do every 2. And we're going to do that for 2. And then you'll notice, obviously, we're going to go up a pattern and do every single one. And the reason we do that is because it gives a nice build effect. So we'll see here. And now we need to add some more to that build effect. So I'm going to add a channel. And I'm going to add a 3x OSC, change them all to the white noise. And now when you play it, you got. And we're gonna go ahead and add this to the piano roll. We're gonna do it for 1 bar, or not 1 bar, sorry. And we're just gonna keep it in the key of C. And we're gonna go ahead and add that. And now we're on your mixer. We're gonna go ahead and add something to this to make it a little bit more of a build-up kind of thing. So I added I just right-clicked on the volume knob, created an automation clip. So now we got this. Something sounds off with the drums, so let me take a look here. Let me add that. Alright, that sounds a bit better. And so now you got your basic melody, your drums, which aren't actually done too well with the spacing, but whatever. You got everything there. And give yourself a round of applause. Okay, yeah, so that's basically your main parts for your intro. And now I'm going to show you one that I spent a little bit more time on. Using different instruments, and I did use vocals in this one. The same vocals I showed you, same everything. And then I mastered it, so you'll see that I did use the same thing because I never deleted it. Same everything in this. Now here we go. And there you have it, your basic dubstep kind of intro. And obviously there's so much more to this, but you can add some pads, like anything you want, but this is like the skeleton for it. So now that you got this down, you can go ahead, use this knowledge that you just learned here, and continue making music. Good luck, guys.